Good morning from Julia here at Flowerland Garden Centre. We're at that lovely stage in the season whereby our gardens are looking full, amazing. All that bedding that we planted earlier on in the season is looking absolutely stunning and amazing now. There's still so much to play for in terms of summer, late summer colour. We just felt it was really good to kind of showcase some of the things that we still have that are looking absolutely cracking here on the garden centre. So looking a little closer, we love David Austin roses, and there's so much flower on these roses, and I can really vouch for these. I plant them in my own garden. Lady of Shalott last year, I think I counted something like 23 blossoms on Christmas Day. They just carry on flowering for such a long time and give such a lot of value. And we've got a cracking range in flower at the garden centre at the moment. Just looking at Desdemona here, and the smells are great as well. That one smells a little bit like grapefruit. So it's a good idea if you're thinking about choosing some roses, come and have a quick look now, because often how they smell, how they look is so much easier to make those decisions when you can absolutely see the plant that you're considering purchasing. In terms of late summer perennials, we've got cracking echinaceas that we grow on the nursery. We've got all the colours, red, pink, white, loads to choose from. Now this is one of my favourite agapanthus that we've grown on the nursery, Agapanthus streamline. I love the softness of those softest of softest glues. They are so calming and pleasing. If you combine it with yellow like this Gaillardia here, that's a lovely contrast. Other late season perennials that you might want to consider, we've got sedum, we've got heleniums here, we've got lots of different Rudbeckias, the penstemons are still looking great, and lovely anemone honouring Jorbet, the lovely white one there, and we've got the pink ones as well. Obviously don't forget foliage. We've got lovely Actia here with that lovely purple, it blends in lovely with those colours. You've got the hellebores that are going to come into flower soon in the winter time. This one here, Winter Moonbeam, just beautiful that it's got that lovely foliage. Something more unusual here, first time we've got these in, Amarines. These are nearings on steroids basically. So what it is, nearings can sometimes be quite shy to flower, so this basically is amaranthus crossed with a nearing to give you an amarine. So these are going to look stunning later on in the autumn time, and quite unusual. We still have some alliums here, some late season alliums in flower. Some of the earlier summer perennials, like this salvia here, Salvia salvatori. This was actually one that we cut down when it had finished flowering. We probably cut it down about 2 or 3 times. This must be the 4th or 5th flush on this. So that's a great little tip for your garden. With some of these earlier flowering season perennials in your garden, if you cut them back after they flower, give them a good feed, and they'll carry on giving you flower again and again and again. Of course, we'll talk a little bit more about grasses, because grasses look great in the wintertime later on, but I've just picked up this evergreen black grass here. Now the great thing about some of these plants is, for example this one here, you can split that and it'll create more plants for you, because you can see there it's rhizomatous spreading habit. And something evergreen like this grass here would look great with if you plant some snowdrops, because as you can imagine in the spring with the lovely white flowers, and then you've got that profusion of black foliage, it really shows them up. I've tried that combination, I'm really happy with it. Then not to forget, it's very important not to just focus on all the flowers, but add plenty of evergreens. We usually advise our customers to have at least 30% evergreens because they provide the backbone, and in the wintertime when a lot of the perennials have faded away, these will actually give you the backbone for your garden. This one here is really nice. It's coming into its own now because it's got masses of flower buds, sarcococa, commonly known as sweet box. And with this particular variety, it spreads and it's low growing, so it's really very useful. But in addition to that, I find that if I cut off sprigs of this and bring it inside in the wintertime, it infuses my room with fragrance, because even though the flowers are very small, it's very powerful. Coming to the fore now, we've got camellias here, great for some spring flowering, but lovely for its glossy green foliage. You've got lots of different euonymus, and one of our favourites here, the Daphne odora. I think there can be nothing that compares to this in terms of the fragrance from its pink flowers in late winter, early spring. So here we are in a section of the garden centre where we've just started to put together a lot of the plants that are very beautiful for autumn colour and helping to extend the season into winter time. Now, we looked at the summer flowering colour, and it's just amazing with all those echinaceas and plants with summer colour, but really no amount of summer colour can surpass the beauty of some of these plants in the autumn, when you've got the fading light and a sunny evening just showcasing those beautiful autumn tints, where plants like this Physocarpus are just beginning to change colour. Most people kind of associate euonymus with low evergreens, but this one here, euonymus, it's one of the wing-barked euonymuses, and not only have you got those wonderful flowers in the autumn and this lovely foliage change, but you've got the interest from the bark here, and you'll get that interest on a lot of plants in the winter time, from prunus, from acers. So watch out for, with the stems of your plants have got kind of interesting textures. Grasses look great all year round in the border, but in the autumn they're absolutely phenomenal mixed in through perennials. If you just look at how feathery and delicate, and again how sensory the feel and touch is with this particular grass here. And in our display here, where you can see all the lovely berries, we've used this Panicum warrior, and to me this steals the show in this whole display, because when I added that, it just was a game changer. It is so beautiful. And I think when you look at all the different styles of gardens and all the different ways you can garden, most people would probably still say that a Monet picture just with poppies and cornflowers would be their that would be their absolute joy to see a big meadow with flowers. And you don't need to have a large meadow to achieve that effect. You can just pick some of these wonderful grasses to give you that kind of feel in your gardens. You also have all these wonderful plants that are about to come into berry now. This Pyracantha here, just beginning to put on masses of berries here on the nursery. And then you've got this gorgeous Hypericum here, and these come in all sorts of colours now. And then you've got trees with like this evergreen Cotoneaster here, just totally bedecked with red berries. And then you've got the lovely fruits on the crab apples. So much happening in the autumn, with autumn leaf colour, with the berries, with this wonderful foliage. In terms of autumn colour, just looking here, you've got the lovely tints coming on the Nandina here. Then we've got this lovely cornice here, midwinter fire. Not only is the foliage of some of these plants beautiful, but then the bare stems in the winter time will absolutely look amazing. Don't forget conifers. A lot of the time we don't actually use conifers enough in our gardens. They're sort of kind of considered boring, but honestly there's nothing boring about conifers. We've got this wonderful cedar here that would make a great focal point in any garden. When you look at this one here, Cryptomeria, it's green all summer long, but it's just beginning to turn to bronze now. And it looks like something you couldn't touch, but honestly this is just so soft and touchy-feely here. And not forgetting as well, as our summer garden fades and as all our flowers, perennials die back, plants, like I mentioned earlier, are evergreens and conifers. They really do come to the fore and provide structure and colour in our autumn and winter garden. So always think about including lots of different plants in your garden and layering, adding bulbs and really adding seasons of interest.
If you liked this video, please like, follow us and share.